What do I do when my friend group is immature, but I want to grow in maturity? You hit on this a little in your explanation of the first question.
Yeah. So first we have to know who our friends should be. Not who our friends are as we define them, but who our friends should be. And that's the part that I had hit on earlier. The friends are those who protect you from sin. So the people in your life who make you the most afraid to sin in their presence, those are your true friends. The people that make it easy for you to sin and encourage you to sin, those are your enemies. No matter what you call them, no matter how much you like being around them, those are your enemies. Friends protect you from sin and promote holiness in your life. They will stand on the truth no matter what you're doing. They're going to stand on conviction. So your friends are people of conviction of God's truth, and we're going to stand on that. So my friend group is immature, but I want to strive for maturity. So here might be the idea that pops into your head that you would make sure and not want to do. It would be to gather all your friends together. Let's have a meeting and explain to them why because you're so much more godly than they are, why you guys aren't going to be hanging out anymore, and just blow that thing up with a grenade in one fell swoop. That would be the wrong way to do it. It might accomplish the same end. You wouldn't have any friends anymore, but it wouldn't be the wise way to do it. So don't blow it up in one conversation or act. I would say you strive to become more godly. The fact that you're already asking that question is very encouraging. Very encouraging to have that on your radar and a priority at this point in your life. As you get more and more serious about the truth, those who are serious about the truth and serious about Christ, you're going to drift toward one another. And those who are not mature, not serious, insincere, they're going to drift apart. That is what naturally happens in relationships, especially in your season of life. I watched this for 3 years in a row when I went to Abide. As soon as we got there, a few hours pass by, all the parents leave, and then everyone, I got to see all the cliques that I didn't know existed. And everyone gravitated toward one another. And what happened? They were all in the same spiritual state. So you had this group in one spiritual state, this group in another one, this group was just wanting to get in trouble. But they all miraculously found each other without even a conversation. So it's just something that naturally happens. You're going to drift toward those who you are like. And that's why we say your friends are a mirror of who you are and a map of where you're going. The temptation is going to be with this, as you get serious and you decide, okay, I'm not going to be able to be around some environments I used to be around or go to certain things I used to go to. The temptation is going to be to think, well, I'm abandoning them. I'm cutting them off out of my life. And I wouldn't view it like that. I would view it more like you're climbing up a mountain, and it's really hard to climb up. It's a lot easier to go down. You're climbing up, and view it like you're reaching your hand back down. And I'll pull you up. Let's climb up together. I'll pull you up, but I'm not going to stop and come back down to get you. I'm going to pull you up. If you're interested in me pulling you up, give me your hand, I'll pull you up, but I am not going back down to get you. So you're not abandoning them, you're just setting the terms for here's what it's going to look like. This relationship's going to be defined by the pursuit of truth and Christ, and if you're not interested in that, I'm going this direction. And I'll go this direction by myself if I have to. And that's another temptation. Temptation is going to be if I do that, if I do what Christ calls me to do, if I am who He calls me to be as a teenager, I'm not going to have any friends. And I would say, what's the issue with that? Is Christ worthy of your affections? Is He worthy of your obedience and trust, regardless of what your social circle looks like? Yeah, should you desire to have friends? Yes, absolutely. Friends are a great gift of God. And anytime we have godly friends, that is a gift in His grace that He gives to us. But He doesn't always give us an abundance of them. And in some seasons, He may not give us any peers that are our actual friends according to the Bible. And I would say, is Christ enough? Is Christ enough if I'm the only one in my peer group who's serious, where I'm going to be, what's going to happen then if I am the only one who's serious? I will be slandered. I'll be gossiped about. I'll be misrepresented. People will stop talking when I come in the room. I won't get invited to certain gatherings because they don't want me to be around, because it'll shine a light on their guilt. It'll expose them. But do you love Christ? Do you want to follow Christ? What's the problem with that? The problem is we just would prefer to have both. I'd prefer to have a nice, warm, social circle where we can just enjoy some things, and I can have my pursuit of Christ over here. Well, it doesn't necessarily get easier as life moves along. You know, there are relationships that you're going to lose. You're not going to be as close with certain people in your life later on, and it's good to learn that lesson now, where you're starting to say, I'm not going to allow human relationships to take supremacy over my relationship with Christ. And what did he say? If anyone loves father, mother, brother, family, even his own life, he is not worthy of me. So he wants human relationships way down here and worship of him up here. If he gives you some that are as serious, great, thank him for it. If not, be content. You have everything you need to be satisfied and obedient to him. Sorry, I was rambling. I don't even know if I answered your question.
You did very well, and went exactly the direction I wanted you to. So thank you for doing that.
Good.
This is a situation that I faced. That's why I've asked the question. I've had multiple students come to me over the years and ask a question like that of, I want to be godly, but I feel like my friend group's holding me back. And it was the reality of what Pastor Eric said at the beginning as he referenced abide. Everyone, I've heard it as water always finds its level. People always gravitate to those in the same spiritual condition. And what I had to continually exhort one individual in was, you cannot wait on those around you to begin pursuing spiritual maturity before you are going to pursue Christ apart from your friends encouraging you to do so. So the direction you went was so helpful.
Good.
Thank you for that.